What's up, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy, Dark Raku here with What If Issei was a reincarnation of Morty Jim. Now, I actually wanted to do this What If about 2 months ago, but I never did it. I still have the mostly thoughts of what to do. It's just I might have changed a bit of it since I didn't actually do it. So yeah. Did I ever? No, I don't think I ever did make a What If Issei was a reincarnation of Morty Jim. I think that was my first channel that I haven't finished. So yeah. So of course, not the point, I never did one here, so of course, let me begin this what if, let me shut the fuck up also, and let me just begin. So yeah. But we begin into mostly Issei. Now, we go into mostly Issei fighting against the mostly hero faction. The hero faction right now is having, well, Yakuza as a capture, and of course, mostly everyone in Issei's group, mostly like Kiba, Yuta, a boy with blondish hair and bluish eyes, and of course having mostly a mole somewhere in his face. I forgot, somewhere I think in the bottom left of his right cheek or something. Oh no, I can't remember. Of course, or was it upper? I can't fucking remember. But yes, his name is Kiba Yuta. He's a prey boy, and Issei's opinion. But yeah, not the point. Now of course a prickish annoying prey boy, but not the point. Mostly the other people are a girl with kind of bluish hair and a green streak of hair on top of her head. She has golden eyes, and of course she kind of has tannish skin. Or not tannish, she's kind of palish, but not the point. Her name is Zenobia Quarter. Of course, next to her was actually an angel, who is actually, well, mostly Zenobia and Kiba are devils, but not the point. But of course, the girl next to her is a girl with orange hair, 2 pigtails. Well, one is kind of, well, mostly not into a pigtail because she got kind of fucked up. But of course, she has kind of palish skin similar to that of Zenobia. Tannish, I can't remember. It's, yeah, tannish, but not the point. This is where, well, she has purple eyes, but she's knocked out right now. So of course, her name is Arina Shibuya, who is an angel. Yes, I think I managed to say that right. Shibuya. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Not the point. But of course, there's other people there. Mostly someone named Rasa Weiss, who is actually a Valkyrie slash devil, who is actually having kind of these, So she has bluish eyes with white long hair, and of course she has the Valkyrie armor, but she's right now kind of really hurt, so of course mostly her Valkyrie armor is kind of broken and kind of ripped in some parts, but of course she's knocked out. This is where, well, and the others, it's basically, well, so also there's mostly Asia Argento, who has what's it called, kind of bluish eyes. Right next to her is actually Kunu, who's actually the daughter of Yakuza, who has blondish hair and kind of 5 tails, mostly 5 fluffy tails, but not the point. They both have palish skin, but of course Ozzy Argento is a devil, while mostly Kunu is actually a yokai. But yeah, this is where, well, she also kind of has, I think, orange eyes, not what's it called, bluish. I think they're yellow. I can't remember right now. But of course, well, they are up mostly on top of a hill, while, well, not up on top of a hill, mostly up leveled, because mostly Issei is right now on a ditch that mostly Zenobia made a while ago with her Excalibur, or not Excalibur, with her kind of infused Duranta with Excalibur fragments, but yeah, that allowed her to make a huge ass hole, but not the point. But of course, well, mostly Issei is right now next to his friends that are all knocked out, and he sees mostly the Chaos Brigade members. Or mostly not Chaos Brigade, well, they are aligned to the Chaos Brigade, but they're mostly the hero faction. So a guy with bluish hair and of course mostly bluish eyes, he has what's it called, a spear next to him that's actually considered to be the true Longitis. His name is Cow, while mostly the others is a guy with whitish hair and has 6 arms with a bunch of different swords. Of course, one of them is actually Graham, which it used to be somewhat King Arthur's kind of sword, demonic sword somewhat, but not the point. This is where, well, his name is Surfreak, something like that. I can't remember. Surfreak, something like that. Somewhat, it kind of looks like Freed, but not the point. Mostly from part 1 season. Yeah, you get the point. Not the point. Mostly he's there, and of course there's the others. Mostly a girl with kind of like blondish hair, and of course the where, well, has bluish eyes. Well, I think it's, yeah, blondish hair. Her name is, well, her name is Gina. Now of course where, well, next to her is actually a guy who looks to be like a brute, who has kind of whitish hair, kind of like, not whitish hair, grayish, bluish hair, whatever. Of course, he's actually descended from Hercules, so of course, yeah, he's a part of the not Chaos, mostly hero faction. But there's also, well, another person, wait. Yes, there's also the brownish hair boy who is named George, who is actually right now taking control of Yakuza to fight against, well, Viltra, who is actually the mostly host of Sanji. Sanji's there, but he's right now in Viltra form, but not the point. This is where, well, both of them are fighting against death. Of course, there's some other people kind of trying to like save Yakuza, but of course they're mostly yokais, but not the point. I'll mention them later. But we go into Issei. Issei is right now about to fall down to the ground. Of course, his balance breaker is still with him, but of course, well, he is trying to think of mostly how to save. Well, mostly, well, not save, but defeat the hero faction and then save Yakuza. Because if he doesn't defeat the hero faction, then they will be able to somehow kill Great Red. This worked well with the true longitis. Now this worked well. Issei is trying to think what to do. Of course, it worked well. Mostly, this worked well. He was brought into his mindscape to kind of talk about his true potential. Mostly with Elin and of course, I forgot the other dude's name, and of course, Dietrich. But this worked well. Before they can even talk to him, Issei was not in his mindscape. Actually, Dietrich doesn't even know where his partner was actually at. Of course, this is where he was actually worried about his partner because he didn't see him in the mindscape. But we go into somewhere else. Somewhere else that's completely black, and Issei is confused. Where is he? He thought he was going to talk to Ellie and the others to actually find out what his true potential is. But this is where... mostly he meets up with someone who is kind of, well, interesting. This guy kind of has grayish hair that appear. A man who looks to be quite old, but at the same time still young. He has long, well, not longish, he has spiky kind of grayish hair. Of course, where, well, he kind of has it wrapped into kind of like a ponytail. But this is where, well, he opened his eyes to show, well, mostly his eyes to be, well, into a cross pattern. They're golden, it looks to be like a golden cross, with mostly blackish or onyx around it, but not the point. And of course, white around that eye, but yeah, they're the pupils, but not the point. This is where, oh, mostly the person kind of just looks at Issei when he opens his eyes. This is where, well, mostly Issei is confused and say, who are you? This is where, well, Issei questioned the older looking man, but at the same time, he looks to be around teenager age. But then again, his grayish hair kind of, not really. But this is where, well, mostly Issei kind of sees this older man, and this is where Issei is confused. He just looks at this person, this is where the person just looks at him. This is where, well, Issei kind of just says, who are you? This is where, well, the older looking man kind of just says, huh? Oh, I can't believe you forgot about me. Didn't I tell you my name already? I remember telling you my name, and I remember giving you some of my memories one time when you were younger. But I guess you've forgotten. Fine. I guess I'll tell you. My name is Morty Jim. This is where, well, or Jin Mori, however you like to say it, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly the older man just says, but yes, my name is Jin Morty or Morty Jim, however you like to say it. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, Morty Jim. This is where, well, he remembers a memory when he was younger about mostly kind of meeting this older man, the same older man. But of course, he looks a bit older than the last time that he saw him, or probably the same, or probably just kind of younger. This is where, well, Issei is called confused the older looking man. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, I see, I guess, wait. So, I met you before. Then, who are you exactly? No. Why are you here again? The person says, to unlock your true potential. You see here, I had to steal the potential that I gave you because you wouldn't be able to handle it. So I'm here to unlock your true potential so you can become the Sun Wukong of this world. Well, yeah, you're kind of my reincarnation, but then again, you're not entirely. But yeah, I did explain this to you when you were younger, right? You can remember? Issei said, no, you explained this to a 5-year-old me. I remember you talking to me, but not a 5-year-old, mostly like it was a 6-year-old when he was trying to protect Irina from some bullies. And this is where, well, mostly Jim kind of just say, I don't really want to explain again. I'll talk to you later about that. But right now, you seem to be right now in a battle, and you need to hurry up and beat them down, right? So I will be here and be giving you upon some fraction of my power. The time when I awoke into the Sun Wukong ability, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei says, what do you mean? This is where, well, Morty Jim pokes him in the head, and this is where Issei started remembering mostly a battle that was actually him, which he was in the body of mostly Morty Jim when he was actually fighting against someone named Jin Taego. Now, Jin Taego was this actually person who actually managed to reach godhood, kind of. But of course, mostly Morty Jim managed to go into a somewhat calm state where his eyes were kind of black cross with mostly a blue tint. And not the point. This is where, well, wait. But yeah, not the point. Mostly that was happening, and of course, mostly Morty Jim was fighting against Jing Tanger by punching him in the face, awakening something called, well, a staff. That was actually called, what was it called? This is where, well, the staff was called mostly something, and of course, where Issei didn't fully hear, but he already knows the name. This is where, well, he now kind of like closes the memory and remembers everything. This is where, well, he then kind of looked at Morty Jim while Morty Jim was fading away, saying, "Okay, don't worry, kid. You will grow to be potentially stronger. Don't worry, I'll be here to help you out because I know this power will probably take you too long to understand. But yeah, don't worry, you have lots of mostly years, don't you? Yeah, you look pretty strong. Don't worry. Actually, wait a minute. How many? Oh, damn, you barely have any age or any lifespan. Thanks to the fact that you went Juggernaut Drive and also, I think that's what it's called. Huh, you don't have any life. Don't worry, kid, I'll help you out with the life." Huh? Wait, what? Wait, what's going on? Don't worry. Just get out there and kick their ass. This is where, well, mostly Morty Jim kind of just says. Because Morty Jim is not the talkative type, so he just basically telling Issei to go over there and just kick their ass already. Issei said, but I don't have an understanding of my power just yet. Don't worry, the memories will help you. This is where Issei says, "You're not a very talkative type, are you?" "Nope, but hey, I can help you train later. Don't worry. Just don't die and bye." This is where, well, Morty Jim kicks Issei out of the mindscape, which mostly it was literally his mindscape, but a different part from mostly Illa and the others, well, mostly Dietrich and the other dudes. But of course, they were confused when Issei woke up. This is where Dietrich says, "Hey partner, are you okay? Don't worry, I'll put you into the mindscape." "Wait, partner, what are you doing?" This is where Issei mostly disabled the kind of sacred gear, the armor, mostly the balance breaker, and this is where everyone was confused, even Ozzy and Kuno. This is where Kuno is still scared of her mother, but this is where she noticed, well, mostly the Red Dragon Emperor to take off his armor, which is confusing. Ozzy was even more confused. This is where, well, the hero faction was confused, but this is where, well, Issei breathed out, mostly like taking a very sturdy kind of breath every second, and this is where, well, mostly Issei right now, he kind of just shaked his hair a little bit until this is where, well, something appeared from the sky. He actually called out the name, but mostly no one could hear it, not even Dietrich or anyone else. He said, "Yui." This is where, well, mostly he said it so quietly that no one heard it. But this is where, well, mostly something came out from the sky. A giant stone pillar smashes right in front of, well, Issei. Smashes right in front of Issei and even the hero faction, mostly not leader, mostly the hero faction, which confused the fuck out of them. This is where, well, Issei walked up to mostly the giant pillar, the giant statue pillar, puts his hand on it, and of course, this is where, well, Issei, well, not Issei, mostly Issei says, this is where, well, he says, "Shrink, Yui." This is where, well, mostly the staff instantly shrinks to be in the size of a literally staff. Mostly just bamboo staff or something, whatever. But of course, this is where something appears around his head, like a binding kind of ring or something. It looks to be like some kind of crown, but right now it's kind of floating over his head. This is where, well, it's white, and of course it's called the loop binding. Loop binding. But this is where, well, mostly it had a tint of red for a second, but this is where, well, mostly Issei opened his eyes, and this is where there were actually a cross. Well, mostly his irises were actually having a cross, a blue, well, it was a black cross with mostly the around the iris is red, and of course it was white, but not the point. Mostly the outside, but not the point outside the iris. But this is where, well, it was red and not blue. This is where, well, mostly Morty Jim inside say, "Huh, maybe the kid is doing good." This is where he keeps watching outside and saying, "Well, he knows the name. I think I should watch a little bit more. Or maybe I should just go to sleep. Maybe I should get some food also." This is where, well, he started kind of getting popcorn. He made popcorn out of nowhere because he has the power of literally a god. But not the point. This is where, well, mostly he's just eating popcorn and watching how Issei kind of fights him. This is where Issei right now goes into mostly a crouch position. Now Dietrich is not outside. He actually got this summon from mostly Issei himself. Like Issei does not decide to mostly stop using Dietrich, so the boosted gear is not outside. Mostly Issei is doing this with just straight hands. Of course, this is where gloves actually appear around his hand, like a kind of tiger or somewhat like glove. Not really a tiger glove, but just something to protect his hand somewhat. mostly the back of his hand, but not the point. It's where, well, mostly like this, mostly, this is where, well, this bracelet that's kind of looked to have circles on it, kind of is also on his hand, mostly on both of his hands. And this is where, well, Issei right now transformed his clothes, well, not really transformed them, but mostly, well, not transformed them entirely, but mostly, well, kind of went over him was mostly something that's called a, he's basically wearing a young Pio. Basically, this is how it kind of looks like. Well, mostly that'll be the later version, but this kind of looks like this, but not the point. But this is where, well, mostly Issei appears with that clothing, and this is where, well, mostly Issei just looks towards the kind of hero faction members, and this is where all of them get on guard. They don't know what this form is, and they can just think that this is not a part of the Red Dragon Emperor's kind of like just set of abilities. This is definitely not the set of abilities of the Red Dragon Emperor. This is something completely different. What reminds, mostly one of them kind of gets reminded of mostly Sun Wukong themselves, but Issei is not a descendant of Sun Wukong, or is he? But they mostly thought he was just a human. He's a regular human that got transformed into a devil. But this is where, well, mostly Cao is just looking at this with such a confused look, until Issei is just completely walking towards him with such a calm pace. This is where, well, mostly Hades decide to, not Hades, mostly Hercules the descendant decide to rush right towards Issei. This is where, well, the person was about to punch Issei until Issei basically swing his leg 3 times in front of him, and this is where, well, mostly Hercules descendant was about to punch him, but this is where, well, he got kicked to the side, to the left, and then the right, and then the left again. This is where he got knocked the fuck out in an instant. Issei didn't even do anything. He just swiped his leg twice, and this is where, well, he knocked the fuck out of what's it called, Hercules descendant, which it just shocked the shit out of all 3 leftover hero faction members, mostly the leader Cao and the other 2. This is where Gina kind of gets started, but this is where, well, she activates her kind of sword dragon, and this is where, well, mostly Issei says, extend and grow, Yui. Yeah, that's what the staff is called. This is where the thing exploded right through the dragon in an instant. This is where, well, mostly Gina right now got startled and falls down to the ground, just terrified. This is where the staff can fall anytime upon her and just crush her, but Issei doesn't do it. Issei just ignores her entirely, and instead just decides to bring back Yui back into shrink size. But yeah, mostly just shrink and become smaller. But yeah, this is where, well, it just became smaller. This is where it goes back to being a normal staff. This is where, well, mostly the guy who is named Surf Freak kind of starts rushing at Issei with all 3 swords, saying, die! This is where, well, Issei noticed all 3 swords, and this is where, well, Issei just kind of sees them all rushing straight towards him. This is where Issei could use his staff to block them, but this is where Issei for some reason got a memory of something that is called, well, this is where, well, Issei says UP. Yeah, not UP, Yui, first Dragon King. This is where, well, he started naming out a couple in an instant, really fast, before even the person can understand. He says first Dragon King, second Dragon King, third Dragon King, and started kind of, let me just. So basically, he names out first Dragon King, Ancient Dragon Orgus, or whatever the hell it's called, a different staff. Mostly it looks like the original but much stronger, but it kind of looks purple, but not the point. I think it's purple, but of course where, well, he then says second Dragon King Lizard, yeah, Lizard Stick, 7 Dragon King just unknown, 13 Dragon King Ice Pick, 27 what's it called, Dragon King Rhino Steel, mostly 32 Dragon King Kit Chain, 32 also Dragon, well, whatever, 32 Dragon King Thunder Dragon, 41 Dragon King, whatever you say, that water. Yeah, you get the point. He basically starts naming out all of these, literally all of them in an instant. This is where, well, so many staff right now appear right in front of him in an instant, blocking the, like, 6 swords. But this is where, well, the person winding his eyes and wondering where the fuck did all these other staff literally appear. And Issei literally just looks at him with emotionally gazed eyes. Now, of course, instead of having black crosses, they now became yellow. This is where, well, mostly Issei's now, what's it called, like, loop binding is no longer white, but turned red in an instant. This is where, well, Surfree realized that mostly Issei is now taking this much serious because his hair actually grew out to be mostly, well, not red, it turned to be blue now, but of course, this is where, well, he has longer hair after a while because mostly the staff disappear after mostly just protecting Issei and Nancy. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of is now in this long hair state, but then it changes to becoming shorter, and now it just becomes to be purely white in a red binding, a loop binding. This is where, well, mostly Issei looked at him with a motionless gaze, and this is where, well, Issei literally just smashes a back kick, mostly a back kick into Surfree in an instant, smashing him down to the ground. This is where he's knocked the fuck out. But this is where all the other staff just levitated in an instant, thanks to Issei's power. This is where, well, mostly Morty Jim that's inside just watching this saying, this is quite interesting. I didn't know he can summon out the other staffs. Num 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 num. This is where, well, he's thinking that he forgot something, because he's not really good in this whole reincarnation thing and, yeah, other things. So, of course, this is where, well, he's thinking something. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I give him the right powers? I didn't think I actually activate those staffs. I only activated them, or mostly got them when I was kind of needing to fight against Machin Park. And interesting, you know, he also got a blue ring, mostly the blue kind of like binding loop, and then also a red one, and his hair shortened, and well, I mean grew, then became shorter, and now, oh shit. This is where, well, mostly Morty Jim says, oh fuck. He realized that he fucked up in an instant because he didn't give Issei the Sun Wukong powers of like his, when he actually became Sun Wukong. He was fighting against mostly Jing Taiju. No, he gave him none other than a Navrakata, mostly just the Sage power, the Supreme God, something to surpass the Supreme God entirely. Mostly the power that he had. He realized that he felt like he lost a portion of his power, a lot of it, in a small portion. But he didn't notice because he is that laid back and carefree for most of the time. So of course, where, well, he realized that he gave Issei the most strongest abilities of he had. And of course, summoning out all of those staffs, 19 staffs, I think there are 19 entirely. He realized that Issei doesn't know how to control any of this. This is all purely through memory and instinct. Oh shit. And Issei's body is not supposed to contain at all this supreme kind of power. He realized if he fucked this up, he is going to, oh shit, he fucked up so bad. He even talked to someone who literally called the God of Death when he actually meant to actually be reincarnated. The God of Death finds out and he's so fucked. Now, of course, he's a superior being, of course, stronger than any of the gods in this world, but still, he is so fucked if mostly anyone finds out that Issei just went into this form. Fuck. This is where Morty Jim is right now, just paling and of course sweating, and this is where he becomes dry and looks like he was hungry instead, but this is where he's just kind of just dying in the inside, realizing that he gave Issei the wrong thing. But we go back into Issei. Issei looks at mostly Cao with an emotionless look, and this is where Cao says, What are you looking at me? What the hell are you? Are you some kind of monster? Issei keeps walking towards him, and this is where Cao started enchanting his name, the true longitis power. This is where, well, mostly Diedrich and the others were watching this, and of course, where, well, Diedrich inside and the other two are just watching this, and this is where, well, they're telling Issei to dodge or do something, but Issei is walking there calmly. This is where, well, we'll see when Cao is starting to enchant his name, and this is where, well, mostly someone like George is actually watching this, and this is where he kind of noticed, well, Cao's energy spike and says, what? Why is he using that? Why is he enchanting the true longitis now? This is not the time. Until, wait, what the hell is that? He noticed what's it called, Issei walking towards fucking Cao with such a casual fucking walk. This is where, well, mostly Cao says, die and be gone from me. He swings his spear in front of him and launches it right now in high speeds. This is where a just blinding light was about to smash into Issei. Issei railed his back, mostly his hand back, mostly having no kind of like staff or any of that, and having it into a palm strike. Issei then swings his hand right in front of him, and this is where, well, he just says a couple of words saying Re-Taekwondo, palm strike of annihilation, and this is where, well, mostly the palm strike smashes into the bright spearing light straight to him, but this is where he destroys the mostly light spear in an instant, just annihilates it in an instant. This is where Cao does no longer has a weapon, mostly a physical weapon. He still has a true longitis inside him, but not the point. This is where, well, he says, what the? How? This is where Cao widened his eyes when he realized his true longitis was just destroyed in an instant. He can summon it back again, but this is where Issei was already upon him. This is where, well, Issei right now swings his hand, but this is where it was open in an open palm strike. This is where he swings his hand right into Cao's like abdomen. This is where smashing it into this, but this is where Issei then says extraction. This is where he rips out a golden ball out of mostly Cao, while Cao gets launched up in the air and smashes it back down to the ground. This is where George just sees this whole thing and just widens his eyes after this. This is where, well, Issei is just saying, what is this? Huh? This is where, well, he snapped back out of reality, realizing that he just did it all through just mostly memories and just mental mind. But this is where he felt his body just hurting like hell. This is where he's like, ah! This is where purple lightning and black lightning was smashing all around him. This is where crackling all around him, because this is not the power that he can control at all. It wasn't even the power that he needed to control, but yet he was controlling it pretty easily in only a couple of seconds. He was just screaming in pain in an instant. This is where George had to stop this whole thing and had to teleport over there to eliminate the red dragon. Because he doesn't know what that golden ball is, but he realizes it's a longitis. True longitis it is. This is where, well, mostly George decides to let go of mostly Yakuza's kind of manipulation, mostly his magic to control her, and this is where, well, Yakuza calms down after a while, mostly thanks to Filcher actually struggling to keep her contained. Of course, there was others that were trying to break her spell. They managed to break it, and this is where they just noticed George actually gone. They were confused, but this is where George appears, and this is where he was trying to attack Issei. Issei notices, and this is where, well, he reacted fast enough to kind of absorb the true longitis into him, the golden spear, and of course summoning it out. But this is where the true longitis itself changed entirely. It was no longer blue, but instead a red color, because mostly the true longitis actually fused with Diedrich. But Diedrich didn't even know this. Mostly Issei did it so fast. This is where Issei swings the spear straight towards the car. Well, mostly George, and George had no time to dodge because the true longitis managed to just do a slash into his chest. He whined his eyes and coughed up blood. He then had to kind of just jump away from mostly Issei, realizing he needed to just grab Cao, Gina, Hercules, and also mostly Siegfried. But of course, realized that he can't do anything. There's no way in hell he can get the longitis back when Issei it literally just fused with him entirely. This is where, well, mostly Issei looks at mostly George, but this is where he starts screaming in pain because he was still hurting a lot. This is not the power that he needs to control entirely. It wasn't even the one power that mostly Morty Jim had to give him. It was not even the true power because, well, Morty Jim was supposed to give him a power that maybe Issei would be able to control and not get hurt too much. But this is something completely different. The true, mostly the loop binding is right now crushing his head, and this is where Issei is screaming in pain. This is where Issei is trying to take it off. Issei is just nothing but screaming in pain in an instant. But this is where, well, mostly George notices and took the opportunity. He doesn't have any time to even try to fight against Issei. Issei already has the true longitis within him. There's no time to just be bothered with this shit. So of course he uses teleporting magic, mostly his magic, to teleport all of the hero faction, mostly members, even himself, out of there. Now this is where a greenish portal appears out of the sky, and this is where, well, mostly it was none other than Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong actually felt the energy of another Sun Wukong being here. But of course, when he looks down, he sees Issei. Issei is screaming in pain. He has the true longitis with him, and he's just screaming in pain in an instant. He's trying to rip the kind of like binding out of his head. Now, of course, Sun Wukong knows about the loop binding because he also has it, but it's completely different from Issei. This is where Issei is trying to scream in pain, and he's just trying to rip the damn thing off of him or break it, and this is where Issei can't. Issei is just crying out in pain in an instant. This is where, well, Sun Wukong says, hey, you big lizard. This is where he calls the kind of greenish dragon below him to kind of look at him and growls at him. It's what? Go deal with Yakuza. Don't worry, I'll buy you whatever you need. But I need to go down and see the kid over there. This is where, well, the person growls and says, whatever. This is where, well, Sun Wukong jumps off and lands right in front of the kid. And this is where, well, Issei is screaming in pain. Get off! Get off! This is where, well, mostly Issei is trying to like break it off or any of that, until Sun Wukong is trying to tell Issei to calm down. There's no way to actually break it off because the loop binding, even though it's completely different from his, is still, well, mostly the same kind of loop binding. He just needs to kind of control himself, mostly calm himself down so it wouldn't keep kind of crushing him because he needs to be in such a calm state. This is where, well, mostly Issei went into his mindscape, not towards Diedrich or the others, even though Diedrich was happy to see his host being strong, but then seeing his host being hurt. We then go into mostly Issei appearing right in front of Morty Jim, no longer with this pain, but still having a little bit of pain in his head, but he doesn't have the loop binding. This is where Morty Jim says, how should I say, shit. This is where Morty Jim sees Issei and says, okay, Issei, I might have to seal your powers away, so yeah, I think I gave you the wrong type of ability, so right now I'm just gonna seal them away, so yeah, we will be talking later, okay? This is where, well, he pokes mostly Issei in the head and Issei just passes out. This is where in the outside he passes out also entirely. The red binding itself literally disappears, but the true longitis he had also disappears, goes back into his body. This is where, well, mostly Wukong was confused, but this where, well, he looks down at the boy. He doesn't believe that this is his descendant because he has already a child. He has mostly Biku to be his child, but mostly Biku is not really wanting to become the Son Wukong, the next one. But this kid was able to actually be able to have the binding itself, the loop binding. But this where, well, he was confused. How? Who are you? If I can understand, you have the Red Dragon Emperor and also the True Laryngitis. But that is confusing. How did he get the True Laryngitis? Because if I can remember, the True Laryngitis was held by Cao Cao and not you. This is quite interesting. This is where the godly appears and says, hello there, Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong says, hello there, Dietrich. Tell me, why is your partner, host, I should say, have the True Laryngitis with him? Well, can you carry my partner towards the others and maybe we can talk in private? Fine. This is where, well, mostly we go into a time skip and Issei is in a room, and this is where, well, Sun Wukong already not realizing what Issei did. Issei literally extracted the True Laryngitis out of Cao Cao, binding it with him because when he was about to get attacked by Lord George in an instant, out of just pure instinct. But of course, it was confusing how the fuck they even happened, and also how the fuck does Issei have the loop binding in his head. This is where, well, Dietrich says, good question, I have no fucking clue. Until mostly another person spoke out. Mostly it was another ghost figure actually appearing next to mostly Issei's body. It was connected to Issei's body, and this is where Dietrich and even Sun Wukong were confused. This is where Morty Jim says, maybe I can be an explainment here. This is where, well, he explains in what Issei's entirely is. He's basically, mostly Issei's the reincarnation of him. He explains he comes from a different world entirely. His name is Morty Jim. That's his actual kind of human name that mostly was given towards him. He is also called by other names, but not the points. But this is where, well, he is actually the Sun Wukong from a different dimension. And of course, he was able to kind of surpass every other Sun Wukong in different universes when he had to fight against his own kind of like dangerous supreme god ruler crazy fucker named Mantra Park, but not the point. This is where, well, he explains that he had to fight against him, and he was a pain in the asshole, and he managed to surpass his limits over and over and over to becoming the strong, and that's why he has a red bind and loop binding instead of being white. He was supposed to give Issei a small bit of his power, so one time he can just grow up and then becomes into that red loop binding. But he might have fucked it up and actually gave him the full power, and then yes, Issei might be in a coma for a while. This is where, well, mostly Dietrich and even Sun Wukong from this universe just sweat off at the Sun Wukong they just met. This is where, well, Dietrich says, what? Are you fucking insane? This is where, well, Sun Wukong says, I would say that's something I would do, but at least I wouldn't be too stupid to do that. This is where Morty Jim says, ow, sorry, I'm so sorry. I really so new about this, so of course I didn't actually, I just wanted Issei to kick ass, and, well, this is where, well, mostly Morty Jim, well, mostly not Morty Jim, mostly Dietrich is growling at Morty Jim in an instinct. This is where, well, mostly he hates the fact that Morty Jim did something to that to his partner, hurting his partner even more. But we go into a time skip of mostly Morty Jim, and of course, well, Morty Jim going back into the mindscape, of course talking to Ellie and even the other person, mostly, I forgot his name, but yeah. But of course, Dietrich is growling at mostly Morty Jim. Morty Jim was saying, hello. This is where, well, a True Laryngitis spear appears, and of course it turns into a person, an old figure, and says, wow, I can't believe I was ever going to see you again, Red Dragon. And I see that you have two of your hosts here, mostly ex-hosts, and then you are such a weird entity, but I can see that you are quite powerful and strong enough to destroy me in an instant. That's where, well, mostly the True Laryngitis is basically an old man, but yeah. That's where, well, mostly Morty Jim says, well, you see here, I'm a little bit much older than you here. I'm actually about mostly 1 trillion years old. You can see, I don't really age that well, and yeah. Oh, damn. So no wonder you are stronger than me. No wonder you could have easily shattered me in even that form. That is called a false form that, well, mostly Cao Cao used. He couldn't use my full power because, well, he was still too naive. But not the point. This is where Dietrich says false form, so that's not your true power? No, but still, to see a kid able to just smash and destroy my physical form outside is quite impressive. This is where mostly Dietrich says, yeah, that is the case. So how would this reincarnation work now? What do you mean? About that, you kind of are fused with me now. Huh? This is where Morty Jim says, okay, let me explain this. When Issei managed to extract you out of mostly the blue haired dude, his name was KK, right? Or Cow. KK? I can't remember. But, or Cow. Not the point. When he extracted you out of his body, mostly Issei was about to get attacked. This is where Issei instantly managed to absorb you into his body and fuse you with Dietrich on accident. So of course you two are actually kind of two souls together, or not entirely two souls, but you're still two separate since mostly the process was sloppy somewhat. So of course you're still able to kind of be, well, each other's selves. But yeah, this is where Morty Jim was sweat up and say this is where mostly both just the true longitis and even Dietrich just growls at mostly Morty Jim. Morty Jim says, he's just wet dropping and whistling away. This is what, well, he's not even whistling. He's just like breathing. He's just like pushing air out of his mouth and just walking away. But yeah, that's what mostly Bowser. I can't remember his name. But Bowser. I can't remember. I think it's Bowser. I'm probably saying never mind. But yeah, he is just seeing this in just confusement. But of course, we go into Issei waking up after being, well, knocked out for about a week, almost entirely. Basically, it was actually the entire, the entire kind of week over, but yeah. Issei woke up in an instant. This is where, well, he realized he doesn't have clothes. Well, he's not butt-ass naked, but you see here, he doesn't have clothes. He has his underwear, but this is where he's confused and where his clothes are at. This is where, well, Issei gets up and says, where's my clothes? Where's my clothes? Where's my clothes? Where are my clothes? This is where, well, for some reason he got a memory of just activating something. This is where armor appears around him. Well, mostly the Sun Wukong armor. This is where Issei says, how the fuck did I do this? Okay, I need to talk to Morty Jim, or Jim Morty. How the hell do I get to talk to him? This is where, well, see, Issei is now in this armor, and this is where, well, he's confused. He doesn't have the loop binding, which he's thank goodness for, because he got traumatized from the fact that he had a red one, and of course it was hurting his head like hell. And this is where, well, he says, thank goodness I don't have that red one. But not the point. Where do I go now? This is where, well, Issei kind of goes to open the door, and of course sees that it has a seal that it will not allow him to go outside or anyone to go inside unless it's a specific person. Issei kind of got annoyed with this, and for some reason did a Morty Jim and just kicked the door. Literally kicked the door out by just smashing his foot into it and managing to just snap the door hinges out of the door, mostly out of the out of place. This is where, well, Issei said, shit, oops, fuck. This is where, well, mostly Morty Jim also did a very terrible job in stealing his powers away, but yeah. This is where, well, see, Issei said, oh shit, oh god. This is where Issei looks outside, then looks to the other side, and this is where Issei says, well, this is where Issei goes up to the door, grabs it, tries to put it back gently as possible, trying to fix it, but this is where he can't, and so he just decides to walk away and says, fuck it, I'll walk away. No one needs to remember whatever happened here. Issei just walks away entirely, just running away from the door, and this is where, well, mostly some guard actually went over here, mostly a yokai, and says, what the fuck happened to this door? He looks inside and sees no one inside it and says, what the fuck? This is where, well, mostly the yokai was just so confused, the yokai guard, but yeah. We go into mostly Issei running. He's like, shit. Where's my teammates? Wait, where's Kiba? Zenovia, Azia, or the others? Oh, shit. Where to go? Now, I should mention one thing. Issei's hair actually became black spiky. It's no longer brown for a second. Well, brownish hair. It's just black now. Well, it's not spiky, but it just became black after a while. And his eyes are also completely different. Well, mostly they just became, their iris mostly colored. The pupil is actually yellow instead of being black. And the iris itself is kind of just black. But yeah. And then the outside is just white, but not the point. Issei's looking around saying, shit, where the hell do I go? Shit, not that way. This is where he noticed yokai guards and says, shit, I'm not trying to get killed, whoever they are. Maybe I was just captured by the enemy. Yeah, that'd be the case. That's why I can't talk to Dietrich. Maybe Dietrich is still away from me. Well, how am I able to go into this form? This is where, well, Issei is trying to think, and this is where he says, maybe I should keep running around. This is where Issei thinks to just run around. Of course, this is where, well, mostly Issei was about to turn a corner in an instinct, but for some reason he had this instinct not to turn the corner too fast, or he might accidentally regret it. This is where, well, when he turns around the corner because he doesn't care too much, he just ignores that feeling. But this is where, well, he smashes into someone in an instant. A girl with whitish hair, of course, falls down. This is where Issei also falls down in an instant. This is where both of their heads collided together, because Issei did just ignore that feeling. This is where, oh, Issei said, ow! This is where Issei falls down, just rolling down on the ground, saying, ow, ow, ow! This is where, well, mostly Issei says, damn it, that fucking hurt. This is where, well, Issei realized that he should probably not ignore that feeling. But this is where, when he looks towards the other side, a girl is also kind of just grabbing her head and in her forehead and growling at the person who smashes into her. A girl with beautiful whitish hair and, of course, bluish eyes that are kind of slick. This is where she has kind of beautiful snowy white ears and even beautiful 9 snowy white tails. This is where she also had beautiful kind of palish white skin. This is where she was wearing a kind of female kind of kimono that showed a little bit of her cleavage, and this is where, well, mostly Issei saw this and almost had a blood nose entirely. This is where Issei managed to compose himself and actually say, hi, how do I leave here? This is where, well, the girl kind of says, how do you leave? The exit's over there. Actually, no, first, who the hell are you? Issei said, shit, what the hell do I say? I don't want to say I'm Issei because maybe they will attack me. Maybe this girl's a part. I have never seen her. She's a yokai. Maybe I can. This is where the girl says, "Hey, fucking answer me." Issei said, "My name is Morty Jim." This is where, well, Issei said in an instant, just out of, well, scarement, confusement, and shock. This is where, well, most of the girls say, Morty Jim? I have never heard of you. Issei says, oh, I'm just new. I came here. Like, I kind of got lost and got here. Thanks to someone, and then I can't remember. Okay, I kind of had amnesia. This is where Issei kind of lied, thinking maybe the girl can just like let him out. But yeah, this is where, well, she then looks at Issei curiously, looking at him and even smelling him. He smells a little bit different from mostly the Red Dragon Emperor, but she still smells the Red Dragon Emperor within him. This is where, well, she then says, no, you're not. You're not Morty Jim. You're Issei. Hyoto, isn't that your name? Issei says, fuck. This is where, well, Issei says, no. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of tries to wave her off until she grabs his hand and saying, you were knocked out for a week, so of course your team left. That's what you're wondering, aren't you? This is where Issei says, why would they leave me? Because you were knocked out for the week? Oh, that's the case. Okay, that's, good analyzement there. How do I kind of just leave though? The train isn't gonna be here until mostly afternoon, and right now it's the morning, so you're going back to your room. Wait, what? Wait, what? No. Can I just go? I promise. I'm sorry for smashing into you. This is where, well, Issei pleads to the girl. This is where the girl sighs and says, I'm not gonna do anything to you. She growls with such an annoyment, thinking that Issei's acting like a little kid. Issei says, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening to me. I just act like a little kid for some reason. This is where, well, the girl realized that Issei is not trying to be an annoying asshole, but just acting goofy for a second. Maybe it's just happened something through his head. Maybe something hit him something in the head pretty hard. Maybe the hero faction leader did something to him. This is where, oh, she sighs and just says, okay, but still, wait, how did you get out of your room? Your room had a seal. Issei said, oh yeah, I remember the seal. I touched the door handle, it shocked me, and I got annoyed, so I kicked the shit of it. Wait, what do you mean kick the... This is where when they get to the room, the door itself was no longer down there, and this is where, well, Issei switch up and says, I remember putting the door right there. I didn't touch it, I did not rob it, do not blame me. This is where she sighs, thinking someone else probably saw this and probably went to go fix the door by bringing a different door. She sighs in an instant and says, okay. So basically, you just kicked the door. You're acting such like a little brat. Issei said, it's not my fault the door shocked me. This is where, well, mostly she just sweat drops and just sighs at Issei's childish antics, and this is where, well, Issei is kind of acting a little bit like Morty Jim. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, well, there and that. I think you should let go of my hand. This is where, well, Issei tries to wiggle his hand out of mostly the girl's kind of grasp, and this is where, well, he's just trying to wiggle, but this is where, well, it can't. It won't let go, or mostly she won't let go. Well, mostly, both of them are trying. Well, mostly The girl is trying to grab his arm tightly while Issei is trying to like wiggle his hand out of her grasp. This is where mostly Issei says, please let go. This is where mostly Issei is very uncomfortable. And this is where she growls and says, no, I'm not gonna let go of you. You're acting like an entire child. I heard that the Red Dragon Emperor was a pervert, but I wasn't expecting him to be a child. This is where Issei said, I'm not a child. I'm just a little confused. What's that? Why are you confused? Issei said, first of all, I never actually felt a cute girl actually grabbing my hand and holding it tight. Actually, the last time I kind of had a cute girl holding my hand, it ended up with me having a light spear up my ass, but not the point. But yeah, that's why I'm a little confused with that. Can you stop holding my hand? Or holding onto my wrist? This is where, mostly she blushes in an instant for mostly Issei calling her cute. And of course, the fact that she heard that Issei literally just admits his, what's it called? Just traumatized with girls. The fact that he's kind of scared with them from the fact that, Rainer did kill him. And this is where, she then kind of looks at Issei curiously and says, are you saying you're traumatized like us? Or mostly girls entirely? Issei's like, what? No, that's not the case. No, this is where, she then just hugs him saying, I see, so that's why you're so intending to just run away from me. Issei said, please stop hugging me. This is what Issei said, with a very kind of scared tone in his voice. This is where, because he never felt a girl kind of hug him and press her breast upon him. This is where, mostly someone else that's not Rias or even Akano. This is where, mostly her tails even wrap around him. This is where Issei just felt amazing, heavenly, and of course realized that a girl who is not Akano or Rias is actually apologizing for being so kind of rude to him at the same time. Being nice to him all of a sudden because of his admitting him is traumatized. This is where mostly Issei's this is where mostly Issei's brain just fried in an instant. This is where we go into the mindscape of Issei. He says, where the hell am I? This is where Issei wakes up and sees Morty Jim, Diedrich, Ellie, what's it called, True Longitis, and even what's it called, Balder, whatever his name is, kind of are all just playing Uno. This is where mostly Morty Jim says, yes, Uno, I'm going to win. This is where he says, this is where the others growl at him, but this is where Diedrich growls and mostly grins instead and says, you really think you're gonna win that easily? That's too bad, isn't it? This is where he pulls out 4 cards from his hand. This is where he then pulls down one of them in front of him, and this is where he then says +4. This is where both right now Morty Jim falls down to the ground and saying no. This is where mostly he says swatch and says no, wait. Before I go into a burst of laughter, I should probably ask them, hey, this is where Issei said towards mostly all of them. This is where Morty Jim turns around and says, hey kid, oh wow, you look like me when I was younger. Wow. This is where Issei says, no, that's not the problem. But yes, that's the problem. What the hell happened to me? This is where mostly he screams at mostly Morty Jim. Morty Jim's like, ow, sorry kid, maybe I didn't put the seal right back again, so maybe my power and soul might have fused into you, so of course you're gonna look like me for a while. Are you? This is where Issei just got so frustrated, and this is where lightning cracks behind him. This is where he's just like, are you fucking serious? This is where mostly Morty Jim kind of almost got blown away from the anger and tone and just angry tone from mostly Issei. Issei says, you cannot be fucking serious with me. How the fuck did... No, I'm not gonna scream at you. This is where he then looks at Diedrich, Ellie, and even wants to call the True Longitis when he never seen the old man at all. Well, this is where Issei says, hey Diedrich. Diedrich says, yeah? Do you need something? Yeah, I do need something. Do you know where exactly I am in the outside? Oh yeah, you are in a Yokai, Yokasa's kind of palace. She was so generous to actually let you kind of just stay there for being in a coma for about 1 week. Yeah, okay, thanks buddy, you could have told me that when I didn't need to bust down the door. Wait, you bust down the door? It shocked me, and the only thing I reacted was just kicking the shit of it, and I might have been able to break the door out of its hinges. Oh, fuck. I see, so of course, mostly this moron over here, who you were already a dumbass in the first place, still mostly you two managed to kind of fuse souls, made you more stupider. Okay, and stronger at the same time. Oh God. Okay. Well, partner. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Fix the door somehow. Well, I tried to, and I just decided to just place it next to the door, just because I didn't want to just take the door or any of that. Okay, so where are you now? I'm right now being hugged by you white, fluffy kitsune. Huh? But partner, you already have a harem. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Rios and the others. Do they count as a harem? I mean, I always just seen them as master to servant. They never a harem or any of that. You're a moron entirely. It's just a screw you. It's not my fault I'm scared of all females entirely. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe because, I don't know, Rainer just had to shove a fucking light sword up my ass. I'm so fucking traumatized with everyone. Issei is more blunt with his words because he just doesn't care anymore. This is where, well, Deidre kind of actually now understands and what his partner's talking about. Yes, Rainer did shove up a fucking light spear through his fucking chest. And yes, Issei's truly just scared of every girl. So, of course, he can understand his partner. This is where, well, he then says, but how did you get into the mindscape? I passed out. She was hugging me. She felt bad for me. So, of course, I completely passed the fuck out. I see, well, partner, you shouldn't leave someone who's actually trying to help you pass the fuck out. He just says, okay, asshole. First of all, this conversation is not done with us. I want to know who the hell that old man is, because I never seen him unless he was one of your partner and the longest living motherfucker in the entire world, and as one of your partners. But not the point. Who is that man anyway? And this is where, well, the old man says, I should introduce myself. Well, you can understand me from mostly my weapon name. I am the true Longitis itself. Yes, you say you managed to fuse me with the power of whatever crazy Samukan this person is. This is where Morty Jim says, hey, I have a name. Yes, I don't care. This is where mostly Morty Jim would scoff. They say, This is where mostly Issei said, wait, I took you out from Calca? Now I got a memory of that. Yes, I remember extracting you out of Calca, but that was on accident. And then, did I infuse you with me? Yes, you did. You also tried to infuse me with Dietrich. That's why when you activate the true Longitis, it's going to be red, not blue. Wait, what? Oh, sorry about that. This is where, well, mostly the person says, you don't need to apologize. He says, yeah, I'm sorry about that if I took you out of a partner. I really didn't like Cow. He was too arrogant half the time. So I'm happy. I don't really care. This is where, well, he says, okay. Yeah, okay. This is where, well, mostly he says, other than that, I'll be going. I also want to find what my true potential is. Because there's no way in hell my true potential is to fuse with him. With mostly Morty Jim. This one where Jim says, hey, I have feelings also. I don't care. You completely put me into a coma with releasing almost all your power into me. Okay, that was my fault. I wasn't thinking too much, okay? I was thinking mostly the battle. That's where he says, screw off. But we go into Issei just like waking up again, and of course where he wakes up upon a person right now kind of being on top of him. That's why he can't move up fully, and this is where he's just confused and say, wait, why can't I move up? That's where he managed to grab the blanket sheets off of him and notice the girl is actually sleeping on top of him, and that's where he says, like, what is happening? Oh god, don't have a blood nose, don't pass out, please tell me what is happening. This is where someone says, it seems someone is having a great time sleeping with mostly another kitsune. This is where, well, Issei looks towards the door and sees, well, two people. Mostly, it's a female with kind of goldenish long hair, golden eyes, slick eyes, but not the point, having 9 fluffy tails, and another person with kind of a blackish kind of, well, not blackish hair, mostly she has longish blackish hair, and of course, almost, what's it called? She had beautiful orange reddish eyes, of course similar to the same color of the sun for some reason, and of course well, she also had this like kind of kimono because they are somewhat in the Shinto faction, so of course yeah. She also has this kind of like sun crown somewhat because like there's like a sun kind of pattern on top of her forehead, and this is where, well, she is none other than Amaterasu. But yeah, this is where, well, he says, who are you? This is where he says that, with a very kind of stuttery tone. This is where, well, mostly the blackish hair girl says, don't worry, my child. My name is Lady Amaterasu. This is where, well, mostly later Amaterasu then points towards a blonde hair girl, and this is say, she is mostly my apprentice, and she is none other than Yakuza, the nine-tailed fox, and mostly the leader of the Shinto faction. He says it, well, I'm sorry if I'm, right now, cozy up with mostly one of your yokais. He said he apologized towards mostly Yakuza, which Yakuza giggles, and even Amaterasu. This is where, well, mostly Yakuza says, no, it's fine. One of my daughters do really like you now. She seems to have a thing for you. That is not the point. This is where he says, like, wait, did you just say one of your daughters? This is where he just wanted to not slide from that whole, mostly just saying. This is where, well, mostly says, wait, what do you mean? This is where, well, mostly Yakuza says, well, not the point. Other than that, it seems that mostly, well, how should I say? Yes. It seems that my daughter really does like you, but not the point. We were here just to talk to you about what you did last time. This is where Yakuza right now bows down and says, thank you for saving me from the hero faction. This is where he says, oh, that's not really a problem, but still, I do not want to glaze over the fact that you just said this is your daughter, and you're just happy when your daughter is sleeping on top of another man. This is where, well, Issei is just kind of rambling on. This is where, well, both of them just giggles at mostly Issei. This is where, well, Yakuza says, are you saying that you don't like my daughter kind of sleeping on top of you? Are you saying you'd rather have me sleeping on top of you? This is where Issei right now face becomes red, but this is where, well, he feels a tight hold by mostly the snowy fox yokai, who was actually holding onto him tighter, and this is where he says, oh, no, wait, stop holding onto me like that. I'm not a freaking pillow. This is where mostly the girl opened her eyes, her bluish look eyes, and just growls at mostly Yakuza, and even Amaterasu says, no, mine. This is where, well, she then falls back asleep. He says, help me. I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna die. This is where mostly Yakuza and Amaterasu are just giggling at mostly Issei's situation, but yeah. Of course, well, they were kind of happy to see mostly the white hair girl kind of open up a little bit, but yeah, not the point. This is where she says, can you please help me? I might die. Please, someone help me. Oh God, please, snow hair girl, please don't hurt me. This is where, well, the snow hair girl opened her eyes and kind of growls, and he says, wait, what the hell did I say? This is where, well, the girl says, my name isn't Snow Hair Girl. My name is Kaga. Now that you know my name, you don't call me Snow White Hair Girl. This is where, well, it says, sure, Kaga, why are you hugging into me like this? This is where, well, don't you have like some kind of like boyfriend or something? This is where, well, Kaga kind of shake her head and say, no, you're now mine. This is where, well, mostly Kaga kind of just said while falling back asleep. He says, this is where, well, Issei is just lost for words. This is where mostly Yakuza and Amaterasu just giggles a little bit more and says, Yakuza says, well, it seems my daughter actually likes you too much, Red Dragon Emperor. So it seems that she feels some feelings for you. So don't break my daughter's heart. And besides, you might get to meet the other girls who are actually considered to be my daughters, and maybe you can meet my niece. Or maybe you already met her before, but not the point. Huh? Don't you think? This is where, well, mostly Issei says, blushes a little bit looking away, but this is where, well, someone knocks at the door, which if the door is just open anyway, and this is where, well, the person kind of just walks in, and this is where, well, it was a guy with goldenish blonde hair and of course blackish eyes, or not blackish eyes, blackish hair, well, of course, well, mostly golden bangs, blackish hair behind him, and of course, well, he also had purplish magenta eyes, and this is where, well, he was wearing a suit. It was none other than Alza. Alza says, hey, buddy, are you awake? Issei says, yes. This is where he puts the blanket over the girl because he doesn't want Alza to tease him anymore. This is where, well, mostly Alza says, oh, don't worry, buddy, I already seen the girl on top of you, so you do not need to hide that. Issei's face becomes red and says, what are you talking about? There's no one here. Oh, really? Then why is there a fluffy white tail, or mostly fluffy white bush of hair right there, like near the bed? This is where, well, Issei said, nothing. That's just, that's just something that you do not need to know about. Hazo chuckles and says, oh, come on, kid. I came here to visit, to make sure that you were fine, because you were knocked out for 1 month, or not 1 month, 1 week. Issei almost like had a heart attack when Asa said 1 month, until mostly he then correct himself to say 1 week. He says that sighs and says, I'm doing fine. Jackass for having me a heart attack for a second. That's where Asa says, oh, don't worry, kid. Besides, you have a couple more months to train, mostly 2 more months to train before you fight against Sarorcus. He says, oh, you're right, Sarorcus. Oh shit, I forgot about Sarorcus and his battle. This is where, well, Issei wanted to get up, but this is where he was still kind of pushed down by another Kaigo, and actually still hugging onto him. This is where, Issei said, Azo, can I get help? Nope. This is where mostly I was like, other than that, kid, I'll be going. Don't have any dirty thoughts when mostly the snowy, when mostly Kitsune. Okay, bye. This is where, well, he says, Azo, no, don't leave. I need you. Don't do this to me. This is where, well, mostly Amaterasu and even Yakuza says, well, we also gotta be going. So have a nice good night rest, Issei-kun. Other than that, we'll be going. This is where, well, it says, wait, no, please don't leave me. No. This is where, well, they both kind of leave. Of course, Amaterasu made a magic circle to teleport while Yakuza walks away. Issei said, I'm so screwed. What can I do? I guess I'll fall asleep. So yeah, for right now, I'll be leaving it off here for part 1 of this What If. Other than that, bye, see you, and yeah. And yes, if you think I made Issei a little too overpowered, well, fuck you, I don't care. That's all I wanted to say. Other than that, bye, see you, and yeah. My throat is kind of dry also, bye.